vapey. Wow.
Fat
What
clouds.
flavour are you on?
Coffee donut.
Coffee donut.
Yeah.
Meat.
Yeah.
Meat.
Just there, like, I need to take up this
I need
cloudy
to-
business.
That's two of the things I love, all in one mouthful breath.
one mouthful.
Yeah.
My lungs.
My lungs. Donut's right. Have you ever, like, breathed in food when you've choked on something and it's just, like, gone right in?
Yeah.
Yeah. That video I sent you today of the woman on the the helicopter thing. I literally choked on spit. Like, I breathed it in and I was fucking choking at work.
Oh.
Felt well sorry for that woman. Apparently she was really old.
It's in the news of week, yeah, she hurt herself while climbing.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, lift her out. It's just fucking going. But the thing is, I bet you can't see shit from the helicopters.
No,
all these people are like, no, just
stop.
like, no.
She'll be fine. She's not dying.
And she's fucking
I thought it was fake. She spun that fast. I genuinely thought it was fake.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
No. Ugh. Right, let's get into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Grief Burrito podcast.
Is it on?
It is on. I am your host, Harrison Wilde, and to my left is
Jordan.
the Shenton
The man.
from the Reef.
The reef.
The Reef.
I'm a merman. Why would you let them know?
Oh, God. This is the place you come for all your game and movie news, and today we'll be talking about E3.
Again.
E3 again. So last episode we talked about our predictions and what we'd like to see. And this episode we're going to be talking about what we did see with our balls. Eyeballs.
I was hoping you'd correct that.
No, I sat there legs akimbo. So where should we start? Do you want to start with a particular game, or do you want to just talk about how we feel about the whole E3 situation?
I feel I'm just gonna be the person that's uber fucking negative all the
That's all right.
time.
You do it, man.
Yeah, I wasn't massively overwhelmed, but I haven't been in years. I think the last game I got proper excited for was like Halo ODST.
Yeah.
So that shows.
You're the second person to say that today to me.
Really?
Yeah. Second person.
Was the other person
Specifically ODST.
Really?
Yeah.
But
Over
yeah,
double.
that's weird. That
It is weird.
it's just that important a game.
It's a great game. I was
was.
talking to the composer who did the music the other day.
You talked to Martin O'Donnell.
Yeah, on Twitter.
What the fuck?
On Twatty Paps.
Oh mate, Difference for Darkness. That song. Oosh.
I know. Yeah,
Jazzy.
It is. Yeah, I know. It's so good. I fucking love that one. Yeah. I felt about E3 that it was... I wasn't really expecting much. So I feel reasonably positive about it.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm just whelmed. I'm not overwhelmed.
Just a standard, just a
just
sufficient whelm.
Yeah, I'm not underwhelmed, just whelmed. Yeah, I liked it, and then a lot of the stuff that I saw, a lot of the stuff that I predicted, we did get.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, which we'll get to in a bit. And some of the stuff that I had no idea about, which obviously we're all excited about, Zelda.
Oh, of course.
We didn't
Loved it.
fucking expect that. That's the first thing I've got on the notes for today. So should we just start into that?
Whap straight into
So
Zelda.
whap straight into Zelda. So Breath of the Wild 2 got announced, which was the last video in Nintendo's presentation, wasn't it? It was like, that guy was like, "We got something secret for you." His little Japanese head was like, "Yeah!" You could see how excited he was straight away.
Something secret.
Something
The
secret.
biggest video game
I know.
expo in the world.
Yeah. So we got straight into that, and like I'm a massive Zelda fan. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I've always fucking loved Zelda. My first one was Zelda 2 on the NES, and that was when my journey began.
Yeah.
Wasn't a good game, but
It
the
was.
rest were.
I was going to say, I was hoping you caveat that.
Yeah. No, it was okay. It was.
It began and nearly ended quickly.
Did you say begannon? Was that a pun?
No, I didn't mean to.
It begannon.
My brain's on the puns today.
Yeah. The main reason I like it as much as I have just from that like short teaser trailer is because of how dark it looks. It feels a lot like Majora's Mask in tone, and that is my favourite one. I like that one because it's so dark and serious.
Yeah, there's something not a lot of them do.
Yeah.
So especially as soon as you got to like Wind Waker, I think Twilight Princess tried to do something similar, but it was more, there wasn't really anything serious going on. It was just like the art style was a bit more edgy.
I think the difference between Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess is that maybe I'd describe Majora's Mask as serious is the wrong word. Maybe
Dark.
Yeah, it's dark and weird. It's not necessarily dark and serious. It's a bit twisted.
Yeah, it's like creepy.
Yeah.
There's definite like the undertones that are there. That obviously like the sister that's gonna like poison her younger sister so that she doesn't just like get obliterated by the moon.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's a Zelda game.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty dank. Dank.
Dark and dank.
So dark and dank. So damn dark. Have you heard that song?
I don't think
I
so.
will show you that later on.
Okie doke.
Okay. So like in reference to the Majora's Mask stuff, I feel like they're taking inspiration from the sort of back-to-back nature that they did with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
You know, like how they used the same art assets in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, definitely, and it'll be the same engine as well.
Yeah,
because
exactly the same
I
engine.
don't think they'll be redesigning that engine
No,
anytime
it took
soon.
them about 7 years to do that.
Yeah,
Breath
well,
of the Wild?
I think people have been showing comparisons online as well with when you're first talking to Zelda in Ocarina. You're stood in the garden and she
I
looks
saw
at
that.
Ganon. Apparently, there's like it mimics it.
It does, yeah.
Yeah,
I've actually got screenshots of that side. I shared it on Twitter today, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really clever that they've done that.
yeah, and everyone thinks that you're going to be playing a Zelda because her hair's short, and
'cause
a lot of
easier
other
to
people
animate.
are just like, no, they're not.
Yeah,
What
you
are
might
you
just
doing?
have short hair.
Yeah, like Link had long hair.
Yeah, he did.
So-
Yeah. Well, he had a ponytail. Yeah. I personally think they're going to be going down the multiplayer route.
I don't know how that. I feel like
really
it
do.
wouldn't work that well, but I'd love to be proven wrong by it.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
I think it's gonna. Yeah, I really do, because of the way that Zelda's even dressed, like she's in the same like hero garb.
Yeah, so she's
the-
ready to adventure
Yeah,
opposed
yeah.
to like. Well, she was in the first one though, so
She was, yeah, but she was barely in the first one.
yeah, she was more of like a plot device than anything, which
Yeah.
she usually is. To be
Yeah,
fair.
no, she is. I think that's why. I mean, with him being called The Legend of Zelda, it'd be good to see them sort of deviate a little bit from the normal formula, and that was what is it Eiji Onuma? That's what he said that they were trying to do, was sort of move away
Okay.
from the initial concept of what they always do in Zelda games. There's a particular part of the trailer that sort of led to a lot of rumors popping up. In
Okay.
particular, one that really interested me, and I had to like do a bit of digging and write it down to make sure we spoke about it today. What it was that so in the actual trailer you see Zelda and Link. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it, and then come back, and then you'll know exactly what we're talking about. So Link and Zelda are adventuring through these caves with an oxen. I think it's an oxen, some kind of ox, some kind of cow thing in it.
Yeah.
And then they find this body sort of coiled over with all this magic-y, spirity stuff swirling around it. And that the green stuff that's floating is actually Gerudo's script.
Okay.
It's writing,
Right.
okay? And that's where it sort of gets a bit unusual. So the body presumably is Ganondorf, the guy, if you haven't played Ocarina of Time, anyone, he's the guy who turns into Ganon, so he becomes the big beast thing. So he's the man who starts it all off. Some people have speculated that these caves actually are underneath Hyrule Castle, and then the stones that we see, which look like the glowing ore from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And then if you read the description on those, it does say that they housed souls of the dead, and that's why they glow.
Yeah.
So it's sort of going into this weird, like, underground kind of gravy thing.
Gravy thing.
Gravy thing.
Delicious.
Yes, so thick and dark. The body then like comes to life, doesn't it? It turns to look at Zelda, and like we said a minute ago from those things, it's a call back to Ocarina of Time. So the head turns, looks at Zelda, and then we get flashes of what we presume is the event of Ganondorf being trapped underneath there. And then the theory that I actually read was that Ganondorf may have been the original knight that was chosen by Zelda to defend her, because the Gerudos in that game aren't the bad guys. And he obviously is a Gerudo because you can see he's got the red hair and he's got the like lemon head style logo thing that the Gerudos have after they changed it from the star and the moon, because it caused a bit of drama with Turkey, didn't it? Because it was their flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and there's a part in the story of Breath of the Wild that kind of backs it up that I never really noticed until it pointed it out. Till this person pointed it out, is that when it's showing the tapestries at the start of Breath of the Wild, and it's talking about how Calamity Ganon came about, it said that the chosen knight was defeated, and it shows a guy holding the Master Sword up, and as opposed to having the normal blonde Link hair, he's got long red hair and a big nose, and that body has the long red hair.
So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so that might be a really cool like little circular plot thing that we don't usually
I wonder
see.
if it's just going to be a prequel then. Because, obviously, Link's being hurt. This is the same... I've got the Hyrule Historia downstairs.
Yeah.
This is the same timeline as... Is it the same timeline as Ocarina?
I don't know. A lot of people are struggling to find where it fits, because it kind of fits in all of them.
Because, yeah, he sorry.
Sorry.
Awful.
All those dicks in your throat.
No. He gets...
Just the one.
He gets... Yeah, of course. Sorry, let me take that out. Yeah. There we go. Ready? So he gets knocked out or hurt like badly, and then he gets put in the Cave of Awakening, whatever it's called, and then he heals for like 100 years. So it could be the point where they get into the fight, but at that point, there's not going to be much to do in the world because nothing bad's come about yet. So it's all about your build up to becoming triumphant over Ganon and Ganondorf and all that shit. Or it's Calamity Ganon, isn't
Calamity
it?
Ganon, yeah.
Calamity Ganon.
He's glamorous.
It's canon. So, yeah, I don't know if there'd be much to do there, but what are they going to do about Hyrule? Because you don't want to be rerunning over the same old ground again. Because as much as I love Breath of the Wild, I've done so much of it that I don't want to redo the same thing again. Like in Far Cry, it's the same game over and over again, but you've always got a new map.
Yeah.
Which I'd be fine with that if it was the exact same thing, but I want more mechanics and I'd want more like little. I don't want to catch like fucking a million Koroks again because
just get the gold poo at the end.
Yeah, it's like thanks.
Yeah.
Yuck. Guess I'll trade that for a bigger belt.
Yeah, I don't know where it's going to take place. I feel like it's presumably going to take place after. We do see a shot at the end of the trailer of Hyrule Castle being raised up. So like all the ground starts rumbling around and it starts to float up, and then that's where the trailer ends.
So maybe like...
because in the original concept art, I don't know if you've seen it, there is a picture of Ganondorf standing on a floating isle.
Yeah, the birdie mans though, that'll be useful.
That's fine, yeah.
Rito? Wait, is it? No, because who's the guy? Riali.
Yeah, Riali.
But he's...
Yeah. Spoilers.
Oh God!
Pull the headphone out. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're going to do some kind of Dark World thing again. You know, where you've got like another form of the world.
Yeah, and Dark Link and...
Yeah, because, like you said, if you've already adventured through all of it, how can they explain loads more towns popping up, like, straight away?
Yeah, unless you'd like Link trips and falls down all of the stairs in Hyrule, and then Zelda's like, this shit again, and then she's got to take him back. Just whack him back in the pool.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know where it's going to take place. I like the thought that it's going to be like a parallel world kind of thing again, where maybe they find some kind of portal-y thing in the caves underground and it flips the whole world almost. And the new mechanic that I know a lot of people are thinking they're going to introduce is that Link may lose his arm, because there's screenshots or like concept art again of that where this green arm, because that green arm in the trailer does grab his arm. So they're thinking that maybe he'll lose his arm and that can transform into different weapons. So there is a part where it turns into a bow and into a shield and into a sword or a hammer and that kind of very Sekiro, but Zelda Sekiro kind of thing. But yeah, that's where everyone seems to be thinking so far.
I think that'd be cool, but that negates the use for the weapons and the durability.
It does, I know.
Unless you can use it against special enemies.
Yeah, maybe.
So you've got to use the corresponding weapon against a special... But then that'd get really tired really fast and... Yeah, it's difficult because there's a lot of speculation you can go into, and as soon as you go into the wrong one, you're then down a rabbit hole where you're just like freaking yourself out about this thing that's not going to happen.
They might work into it that it's some kind of rune system, you know, like you've got anyway. Where you can use the bombs and the cryonis or whatever it is. Maybe they'll work it into that. What else have we got?
I'd want enough.
Yeah,
that keeps me interested. Like the first one did, because there was so much.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Now they've set the bar so high.
I know.
I'm concerned that they're not going to be able to jump. So even if they get just above that, is that going to be enough to make people go, "Oh, this is an entirely new experience"? I'm concerned.
Yes, it's a hard slog they've got ahead of them, and I hope it's not another like 7 years like it was for Breath of the Wild. Is it 5 years, whatever it was? I really hope it doesn't take them this long. I don't want to have to buy the next fucking console again to get the game.
Yeah,
because I already bought a Switch to buy this one.
Yeah, well, that's Nintendo, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where I guess people don't mind, though. They do it a lot, is my only issue.
Yeah, they do. And I think that might affect them in the future.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not affected them more now.
No, I know. I think a lot of people did fall out with them slightly because of the Switch. A lot of people were like, never again, they're not going to buy it. But I know that those people will still go back and buy it.
Well, I bought a Wii and then a Wii U.
Yeah, and the Wii U didn't. It got like 3 games.
I know. And then I got rid of the Wii U because I didn't need it anymore. It outlived its purpose for me. And then I saw the Switch and I was like, I can't really warrant spending nearly 300 quid for one game.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of games coming out now that I'm definitely interested in. Even like today, like Cadence of Hyrule came out. So I will be getting that. And what else? Obviously, I want to get Metroid 4 when that comes out.
Yeah.
Which I'm really sad that we didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything to do with Metroid, so we'll see. Let's move on from Nintendo and let's get into Cyberpunk 2077.
Oosh.
Give me some thoughts, J-Man.
I want it.
In
in and around my eyeballs.
Yeah.
I love the aesthetic. I love the violence. I love Keanu Reeves.
Who doesn't?
That moment made me so happy.
I know,
like,
it's so cool.
It's breathtaking. You're breathtaking.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, he's saying what we're all thinking.
Yeah, the whole crowd fucking lost it. It was so funny.
But yeah, you've seen what the guy's done, where they've offered him the collector's editions, like, because it's breathtaking, we'll give you a collector's edition. And he said, instead of that, why don't you donate like a bicycle or something to a go-kart to this charity?
That's cool.
And I was like, oh. And
That is nice.
you can guarantee as soon as he said that, I was like, yeah, you can still give me the collector's
Yeah, I
edition.
still have that. Can we do
On
both?
top of that, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want it. I love the aesthetic. I know it was the gameplay came out a while ago, and it's very much subject to change. I think they've said that there is going to be a lot of change.
Yeah, they have.
But yeah, from the track record with The Witcher, I actually have really high hopes for it.
Is it the same guys?
Yeah,
It's
CD
the same
Projekt Red.
Oh,
yeah.
right, I didn't realise it was the same studio.
But yeah, the amount of care and attention they put into The Witcher, it's made me like buy the books and everything like that, which I've still not read, but we'll ignore that.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, a lot of people have lost their mind over this game. They really, really have. Even just like we said about Keanu Reeves, him just turning up in the trailer made people freak out loads.
Yeah.
And then when you could only top that by him coming out on stage. It was like fucking awesome.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard the voice speaking, I knew it was Keanu Reeves straight away. I was like, no way have they got him in this game. And obviously it's because of John Wick.
Yeah.
Everyone fucking loves John Wick. Which I haven't seen the third one yet. I'm dying to see it. Visually, it's one of the most graphically impressive trailers that I've seen.
Oh yeah.
From the whole
Big
E3.
time. Even the blood in the washing his hands in the sink.
Yeah, it looks so good.
It was like shit. I've never seen like water interact like that with.
No.
But yeah, speaking of the John Wick, the John Wick, the first trailer I saw for that was the only reason I knew about John Wick was Payday 2. He was a DLC character.
He was.
There was hardly any marketing for that film, and the fair bit of it was Payday 2, and that's the only reason I watched it. And that is one of my favourite action films of all time.
It is really good.
And also in Hardcore Henry, have you seen Hardcore Henry?
No, I haven't.
It's an entirely first-person film.
Yeah, it's
And
on Netflix at the minute. I've been meaning to watch it.
It's pretty decent, but there's a character in that who's in the game as well, and the mask that he has in the game shows up in the film in one of the drawers. Jimmy, who's like just some dude, I won't say anything about him.
Yeah.
But his mask, which is made out of duct tape, is just like in a drawer that someone opens.
Oh,
It's
right.
like, no way.
Yeah, nice little callback.
Yeah.
There is a mask from Payday in John Wick 2. Spray paint on a wall, apparently.
I think it's like Dallas or Wolf or
I
something.
can't remember which. We tried to look for it, but
yeah.
we couldn't see it. But my brother was telling me because he absolutely loves those
I
games.
love Payday 2. I've put like 400, 500 hours into
Really?
it.
Fucking hell.
An insane amount of time.
Yeah. I see if the FBI get hold of that information, they might be worried. See all this time robbing banks.
I used to work in a bank as well.
That makes you better at the game, I suppose.
I worked in a bank twice.
No way.
It was the same bank both times.
Yeah. Why did you go back? Did you get fired or what?
No, I long story. I just kept like deciding
Misplacing
on
gold.
different things, and like exactly. They didn't tell me where the money was, and then they did, and then just job changes.
Oh, right,
And now back in IT.
Good old IT.
Yeah.
So the gameplay from Cyberpunk, I haven't seen much of it, but a lot of people are saying, obviously from the people who have played it at E3, they're reporting that it feels a lot like Deus Ex, and that you'll play with a fluid class system, making it quite like an in-depth RPG.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than when you're playing these games that claim to be where you're playing as this all-powerful or this super powerful character.
Yeah.
And you can't fucking do anything without opening like 3 menus and then maybe picking it, and then it takes seconds to activate. I want something where you can do everything super quick.
Yeah, just from straight off. Yeah. I couldn't find much more information about the actual game itself, other than that you play as a character called V, and that you're adventuring around the city, which is called Night City, I think it was. Yeah, Night City, where you're seeking help from a gang called the Voodoo Boys, who sound like a definitely gay band. Hey, we're the Voodoo Boys.
Obviously.
Who can advise the player character, which is V, on how to deal with the ghostly image of Johnny Silverhand, which is Keanu Reeves' character. And I did read spray painted across a wall. It was quite like a reference to The Shining. It says, "Where's Johnny?" instead of "Here's Johnny." Yeah, which I thought was pretty cool. So I think that it's going to be that character either died or disappeared
Yeah.
and he's uploaded his consciousness into this chip. So now he's got it, like we were talking about. And I did see that you could hack into security cameras, like I said, and in the trailer you could upload yourself to other things into like a net.
Holy
All which
shit.
Hazman predicted.
There we go.
Yeah.
Should get you on the lottery.
I know.
Whack some numbers down.
And yeah, that's all I've really seen from Cyberpunk, because they didn't show as much as everyone wanted, I don't think.
Well, you're never going to be happy with the amount they show.
No.
Either that or they're going to show too much. And
And you're
I'm
like, I'm not going to buy it now.
I'm happy with what they've given. It gives enough. It tantalizes the taste buds.
Tantalize. It does indeed. Yes. One other game that's got me big rustlies in my jimmies is Halo Infinite.
Oosh.
Yeah.
All I can say is oosh.
Oosh all over my face.
Oh, I can't wipe that off.
Yeah.
Oh, it's warm now.
Yeah, it's... Oh, God, I don't know. I don't really need to preface this much.
Halo.
Obviously, everyone knows what Halo is.
Hopefully it's not... Hopefully it goes back to the bones of what it was, as opposed to...
It looks
what
like
the
it
new
has
ones
done.
were.
The first thing that struck me was the timing. Actually, we'll get to that in a sec about how Chief actually looks, because he does look different. The trailer starts with a guy floating on a ship, and for that, the first half of the trailer, you don't even realize it's Halo.
Nope.
Like, there's no mention of anything. There's no logos. This character it's mainly just doing a bit of character building around who this guy is floating in space for quite a while. He obviously hasn't seen his family, so you've got like a little heartbreaking moment where he's looking at a video of his kid, isn't it, talking?
Yeah.
And then you only realize it's Halo once he says, this is UNSC, whatever the name of the ship is, I can't remember, and then wipes the frost off the inside of the ship window, and you see the Master Chief floating.
Yeah.
And then he brings him inside, and yeah, from the look of Chief, it looks like it's somewhere between Halo 2 and 3.
So it's the Mark
4?
4? I think it's 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, apparently it's going to be something to do with the Hive. Not the Hive, the
Flood.
Flood, yes. Sorry.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm playing too much Destiny.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, like the Flood. So
All right.
it's meant to have a more... I think people have been saying more aliens theme,
Okay.
which I'd be all for, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
feeling
know
that.
if that's true. That's the issue. I don't want to start saying that that's definitely what it is.
Yeah.
But that's definitely what it
What
is.
it is.
But no, I'd be all for that.
Yeah, same.
I want something that's much more contained. Something that is just Master Chief. I don't care about all these like hunting him and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I never liked that character.
No, all the marketing was like, oh, it's going to be this huge battle between Chief and Locke, and
Yeah.
then like
It wasn't.
Their little fight was like Master Chief just beating the shit out of him effectively,
Yeah.
and that's it. You lost.
Yeah.
GG.
Yeah, it was a bit lame. I just don't think I liked the guy playing Locke either. He was just really bland. Seen him in other stuff, and he's just a bit meh.
Well, so is Chief, but Chief fits that role, whereas
Yeah,
this guy was meant to be like
He was only first,
a
wasn't he?
competitor.
Yeah. I think they were trying to take the mantle off to try and bring in a new character, weren't they? But people just don't want to let go of Chief because he's too cool, man.
How could you not? Yeah, how could you let go of Chief?
Exactly.
He's what made that series.
Yeah, exactly. We did see a bit of the... Obviously, this is built in the new Slipspace engine that they've been working on. And did you notice if it said that was gameplay footage or if it was
I didn't.
pre-rendered?
No.
I didn't. And I presume that means it's gameplay.
Or at least if it's in engine,
Yeah.
then yeah, it does look from what I saw, it looked good. Some guy did an edit on a screenshot he took and sharpened it up
Okay.
because he thought that Master Chief his armor didn't look roughed up enough, and he sharpened it up, and apparently there is quite a lot of damage on there as well,
Oh, right.
which is
okay.
pretty cool. So it shows that it's not like a new Chief.
Yeah,
It's literally like he is battle scarred.
Because what happens at the end of 2? They blow up the ring, don't they?
Yeah.
And I can't remember whether he's floating in space. I feel like...
Well, I think so. I can't remember for the life of me. It's been so long. Because I know at the end of Reach, where you play as one of the earlier Spartans, you see Chief on the Pillar of Autumn,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And then that's obviously leaning into 1.
Mm-hmm.
But from there, it's all kind of a blur.
Yeah. Did you ever find the invisible elites in Reach?
Maybe? I
Yeah.
can't... Again,
They're like gold and have different armor. Like that first level where you drop out and it's like fighting down a big hill, isn't it? If you just fucking sprint past everything, you can find this invisible gold elite that's running and he turns invisible. And you can't kill him, I don't think.
maybe.
And there's quite a few through the game.
I think I got all the achievements in Reach as
Yeah.
well.
You must-
So if
you
that's
must have
anything
seen
to
it
do
then.
with that, I might have.
Yeah, I think so. As soon as the drums kicked in for the main,
Yeah.
I was fucking grinning. Like I'm so excited. I'm really excited. I really am. Even though it was only a snippet and it wasn't even gameplay, it really stapled in my mind how much I love this game franchise.
You forget.
Yeah, you really do. So I've gone back to playing all the other ones.
I'm just waiting for Halo 1 PC,
yeah,
Master Chief Collection, and I'm going to smash it. Because I used to be really good at Halo 3.
Can't you... You can play with other people on other consoles, can't you?
I think that's if you've got the Xbox, whatever it's called, the subscription thing. But they're bringing it to Steam.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's then going to be cross-play.
I hope so. If it does, we should definitely play. Like me, you, and Martin, because I got it for Martin as well.
Yes, let's do this.
His birthday, so we can all play it. What else have we got? So Microsoft have stated that Halo Infinite will be hugely prominent at E3 2020. So it's good to see that they're planning ahead already. And they have announced a crossover, weirdly, with Sea of Thieves.
You can get the Master
Chief ship. It's like a Spartan ship that's got the Chief on the bow of the ship on the front, like one of the maiden heads. On the bow.
Chief on the bow sounds like a band name.
It does.
Or at least like a song.
Yeah,
like a
definitely.
Viking song. Viking metal song.
On the bow. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I could dig that. Dig it.
Make it.
I'm gonna make it.
Somebody make that.
Yeah. Microsoft also did show off the Project xCloud, which is the rival to the Stadia. Well, I don't want to say right, but it pretty much is the rival, isn't it? They're both trying to get to the whole streaming thing first.
Yeah, at least there's going to be competition there with them. So
yeah,
I don't want them resting on their laurels.
Yeah,
if you're going to do it, just do it.
That whole xCloud thing's been in the work for ages, or since before the Stadia, I think, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, again, it's the same with Xbox then. If they've been working on it for so long and it's on par with the Stadia, which is just coming about in the news, same as the Xbox One, they really need to both start fighting and figure out who's going to be the owner.
Yeah, I think that, Google have got the much bigger marketing. They've got a much bigger budget for everything.
And the first past there. First to the post as well.
They are, yeah. I don't know. The thing I liked about the Microsoft xCloud version is that they were actually streaming it to a phone. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't.
They had the Xbox controller with the phone clipped on the top, and they were streaming it to it.
Didn't the Nvidia Shield do that?
I think so. I think it could do that. Yeah,
but that's home server, isn't it?
It is. Yeah,
your desktop.
Yeah.
So,
and apparently it was flawless, or nearly flawless. I've read. Apparently it was pretty amazing.
Would you honestly play a AAA game on your phone?
No, that's why I've got a 50-inch 4K TV at home.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm skeptical.
Exactly.
Is one, like I think Johnny said a while ago, where it's like infrastructure in the UK not good enough to handle 1080p 60 FPS.
Apparently not.
Streaming to a phone, who wants to do that? Because the PS Vitas, even though they didn't sell very well, the PS4, it could still cast your PS4 through your home network to a PS Vita. It works pretty well, but who wants to?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. It's all down to the need for it, and there isn't much need for it.
The only need of that is if you really can't give up that game and you need to go have a bath.
Yeah.
But take a shit. That's it.
This?
Yeah. You're not going to like tap away and quickly stream to your fucking handheld. I just don't see... I just don't know. I'm not convinced. And I've realised that I don't like the Stadia's control.
Yeah. It looks like a worse version of the PS4 controller.
It does, yeah.
And the PS4, I've got one here.
Yes. So you've got a PS4 there.
Yeah.
And
sorry about that.
It's alright, don't worry. My main problem is the location of the D-pad.
Have you always grown up with Xbox though?
Not always. I've played PlayStations as well. But I just feel using the control stick from that position rather than there is counterintuitive. Especially it comes up in games like Dark Souls where you've got items keyed to the D-pad.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to roll away and you're trying to heal, you're trying to press your heal button.
Yeah.
It's like, it just feels really awkward to then change from there to go back up. It's harder.
Yeah, especially if you're going from console to console as well.
Exactly.
Which is, there's an Xbox pad there as well. So.
There is, yeah. Like it's made me struggle on stuff like Bloodborne.
Yeah, 100%.
Just I feel that the Xbox control is one of the most ergonomic and well-designed controls there is. Yeah. And they seem to be getting better. Like I know that they've launched is it the Expert Control 2 or Pro Control 2?
It's the Elite
Control 2. And you can tweak fucking everything and have different button modes and button press. And I'm actually quite interested. They are $130 or something, which is a lot for a control. But if they're that much better, I am interested.
They say they're that much better, but I don't think
the first ones weren't. They got some really bad write-up.
I've never struggled with the standard controllers. I've never really wanted anything more from them. But then again, the only games I play with controllers aren't none of them competitive. So I only play like The Witcher or anything that's basically a third-person action game.
Yeah.
Or even like if it's For Honor, I play that with a mouse and keyboard.
Really?
Yeah, because I can't. Especially with the bindings as well on the controllers, they're just shocking. Like the guard break and stuff doesn't make sense. Whereas I've got a Razer Naga mouse, so I can bind like 5 on the side of the keypad to guard break, which is you need that basically all the time. And on the scroll wheel just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. I think for the future of controls, though, I think every game you should be able to change the layout of buttons to whatever you want. I don't know why
can't at this stage.
You could. We did an interview a couple of months back with a guy called Matt, and it was about accessibility in video games for people who have different kinds of disabilities, whether it's physical or neurological, so you couldn't move certain parts of your hand, or even if you just got fucking one hand. Like, how do you play if you've got one hand? But there are controls that are currently
Xbox have recently bought one out as well. Yeah,
that it's a what's the fucking word? Like, parts that clip together. Modular. Sorry, yeah, it's a modular built control.
Vodrable.
This is a vodrable control where you can clip different parts together so you can play in the way you want to.
Yeah,
and I think even it'd benefit if you could even just do that.
The issue is, have you seen on the Microsoft Store how much they're charging for like the huge buttons and stuff for the accessibility stuff?
No,
like $49. Ooh. And it's like, I understand that it's a very, very specific piece of kit. But it's literally just like fucking plastic.
Yeah.
It's like, that's ridiculous money.
Yeah.
You're charging the same amount for a controller as one button.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys. Like, it's not these people's fault that they're disabled.
Yeah, I know.
It's literally a disability. It's not. They've not chosen this life.
No, it's hard for a lot of people in that sort of aspect. And while we're on the fucking subject of plastic, start making it out of bamboo. It's sustainable.
A bamboo
control, I'd buy that.
I'd buy a recycled plastic controller.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want this fucking thing floating in the sea choking a fucking turtle.
Yeah, of course. Well, is that turtle a dick?
Well, does he deserve it? Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. I think there's a lot of room for improvement in control-wise, but I'm willing to keep my eyes open. So,
walking into shit.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
No, take it back. Yeah. While we're on the subject of Microsoft, obviously, the Xbox Scarlet has been announced.
It is, as a PC gamer, fucking PC Master Race.
Yeah.
No, because I've got a PS4 as well. I've had Xboxes and shit. I've had basically every console under the sun. I always go back to PC just because it looks brilliant.
Yeah.
As the news of my fucking expensive PC. But that...
Still being fixed.
Yeah. Shut up. Scarlet's specs are great. They're claiming it can do a whole bunch of shit, and I am more than happy to see that happen.
Yeah.
Anything that brings more graphical fidelity to more people, no matter what the... especially at affordable costs like consoles.
Yeah, we don't know the price yet. We had... Phil Spencer on stage, and he was sort of going through the specs. So he said that it's 8K. We can get 8K graphics.
The beauty of consoles, though, the thing that I like to focus on, is that in 4 years' time, 3 years' time, maybe 2, that console is going to cost like 120 quid.
Exactly, yeah.
No matter what.
I know. And they said 120 frames a second as well.
Yeah, super duper impressive.
It's a powerful console. They said it's 4 times more powerful than the Xbox One X. And it's going to have specialized ray tracing hardware to deal with that.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get 8K and 120 FPS.
I don't know, but most people don't have 4K TVs, let alone fucking 8K.
Well, we've both got 4K TVs.
We've got 4K, but that's not 8K. That's very different.
Yeah.
And the human eye can only see 11.
I thought it was 8.
No, I think it's 11. It's just under 12, I think, if I'm correct. Because there's a Japanese TV channel that's just brought out a 16K TV channel that they're streaming currently.
All those Ks wasted.
All those Ks. Somebody wasted Ks. That's 4.8 Ks that are wasted. I know that the first thing they showed was 2001: A Space Odyssey in 16K.
Pretty nice.
I know. I wish I could have watched it.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. In like 3 weeks, I'm going to the Stanley Kubrick exhibition in London where they've got all the props. And I'm well excited.
You're like his biggest fan.
Yeah, I wasn't really. Like, that film impresses me a lot.
I said you're like his biggest fan. Say yes.
Yes. Stanley, touch me. Not Stanley Tucci, not you. I said touch me.
Stanley Tucci's somewhere, just like,
Yeah,
oh.
disappointed. Let down.
Every time.
Yeah. Another shot that came from the Scarlet is that it's going to be out in 2020.
That is very soon.
Very soon.
Uber soon.
Uber soon.
Uber soon.
Uber soon.
Like a bassoon,
Yes.
but Uber.
Uber. People seem to think that there was a brief tease during the presentation that suggested you'd be able to play any game from Microsoft's previous 4 generations on this new machine, but I didn't see that bit, so that's something I missed, but that's just something that I've read. And there's still no, like I said, there's no confirmed price yet, but I'm guessing it'll probably be around the same price as when the Xbox One X came out, so probably like 500 quid.
It might be a little more.
I think.
With the spec, I'd probably say
Yeah.
a bit more. Because you can still, Xbox Ones are still within lifespan for another year or two.
Yeah.
I think. Because these generations are starting to stretch out now.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, especially with like the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, that's kind of their like mid-life cycle. Whereas the 360, despite going through changes and redesigns, it didn't actually increase efficiency. It literally just like was quieter or smaller or had a better hard drive. That's it.
Or had a touch-sensitive thing instead of a button. Do you know, the amount of times my cat walked past and rubbed that with his tail and just like ejected a game, I was like fighting a boss. And he was like, "Fuck you, Whiskers!"
Whiskers, you bitch.
You bastard! But yeah, it was a good little console. I have another prediction for you. Another burrito prediction. I think they're going to incorporate some kind of VR or AR technology into the new console. Whether it's a dedicated headset or compatibility with headsets that are already out. I'm not sure what. But I think they will, seeing as they're the only console currently that aren't doing.
I think, because they were going to team up with Oculus at one point, weren't they? I wonder if that's still in the works.
I think it will be definitely going in hand with something like the Oculus Quest, maybe. Once they've sort of figured out this new streaming thing, I think they're going to work out how to stream from their own xCloud straight into a wireless headset.
That'd be cool. But the price, another concern there is the price that they're going to charge for the games.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Steam VR, discounts all the time, absolutely great. You look at anything that's digital from Microsoft, fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Unbelievably expensive.
Yeah.
Same with PlayStation, though. So they really need to sort that. There's the issue of, with the PC and that like entire thing, Steam, so cheap because they don't have to package anything.
Yeah.
Whereas consoles just aren't doing that, and it's
they're more
fucking
expensive.
abysmal. It's terrible. You can't even sell it.
No, I know.
You can't sell it. You can't trade it. You can't lend it to a mate. You can't do anything, and it's abysmal because it's forcing people to either pay more for nothing or buy a game for cheaper physically, and then it just ends up as fucking rubbish.
Exactly.
I hate it.
It's not a good way to work. It should be cheaper on there. We did hear a bit of news about the Stadia and its packages, price-wise.
Sorry,
you have the eyebrows of packages.
I'm sorry. I'm a 24-year-old man.
I know. The Founders Edition of Stadia. So this is how it works. You pay $129 for the controller and the Chromecast Ultra, which I guess is the little dongle.
Ultra's 4K.
Yeah, so that's what you plug into your TV, which allows you to stream directly to your TV. Then you can do one of two things. You can use Stadia to buy full-price games using Google Play and then stream and play those games. So in that terms, then you can own the games, which was one of our concerns, that you wouldn't ever own it, like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Or you can pay $9.99 a month for Stadia Pro, which is a service that has a number of rotating games you can stream for free. Not every game, but some games. So in other words, it's kind of like the Xbox Game Pass. It's a couple of quid more expensive.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with PC for now.
Yeah. But as opposed to the Game Pass, that requires you to download the games, whereas the Stadia, you don't have to wait for downloads. But that being said, the Game Pass, like when I'm at home, I can download a game in 15 minutes.
Well, what's your internet speed?
It's pretty fast. Virgin Media.
Mine's like 200 meg, so I can download a game in like an hour or two, like a big game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, streaming's nice. A nice idea.
It is.
But it's not practical at the moment.
Not currently.
Faster internet goes. Why would you not just re-download stuff?
Well, they're thinking stuff like 5G internet speeds. Once they I don't know what they're going to incorporate with wired internet services, or how that'll affect it. I don't know.
So yeah,
presumably it'll just keep getting faster.
Maybe you can plug an Ethernet cable into the Chromecast. Oh no, you can plug Ethernet cables into TVs now.
You can, yeah.
So I guess if you wire an Ethernet cable into the TV and then the Chromecast Ultra runs... Well, because that's streaming. Oh,
Yeah. See, the Chromecast Ultra is basically just a console, so it's
Chromecast
still a console.
The Chromecast Ultra.
Yeah.
It's still a console to a degree, because
Yeah.
Chromecast Ultras are basically just a 4K version of the Chromecast, which you use to cast content from your phone and just bridge the gap between your TV and whatever media service.
Yeah.
So you're basically doing the same thing, but the controller's the hub.
Yeah.
If that makes sense?
Yeah, I think
From
so.
what I understand of it now.
That's how it seems to be described.
Yeah, I'm so skeptical about all this because there's no proof of concept yet. It's literally, we're being told this is what's going to happen. I've got a feeling stuff's going to come out of the box. It's not going to fucking work.
Yeah. Just can't do anything, like insane lag.
There's going to have to be crazy warnings on those before you buy them because there's going to be a lot of returns if not careful.
Yeah, and especially for $129 for the control. That's quite expensive. It better be a good control for that.
Who is it aimed at? That's my next thing. Who's the target audience for this?
It's streamers. That's what it is. It's the Fortnite generation. Apex Legend generation.
So you can get 130 quid for this, or you can buy an Xbox One for £60.
Yeah.
Which would you do?
Yeah.
And it's not going to cane your internet. If someone else in the house is trying to use the internet.
That's what I'm concerned about. Like, I've got three gamers, exactly. 3 gamers in my household. We used to be okay when we all had 360s. We could all play in the same games.
Yeah.
You know, we could all team up on Gears of War or whatever. Back in day. But now, if my brother's on his computer upstairs, my Xbox gets kicked off, and we've just had to have the Virgin Engineer around again to sort of reconfigure,
prioritize.
Yeah, and luckily it seems to be doing okay at the moment, but we'll see.
Yeah,
don't know how it'll go. But that's been all the big points that I've seen at E3 that I really wanted to talk about urgently. I'm going to go through all the other videos and see. I mean, I'm very excited for Luigi's Mansion 3, actually.
Yeah.
That looks really funny.
Dying Light 2 looks good.
Yes, Dying Light 2, yeah.
Obviously, all the choices you make in the world won't affect the world as big as they say, because they say it every fucking year, and it never happens.
It never does, no. It never will. I'd like to see a game eventually when every NPC is a player.
Yeah, like Sword Art Online.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a book for you to read.
Oh yeah.
By Yahtzee Croshaw. Do you know Zero Punctuation?
Yeah.
I've got all of his books.
Oh, no way.
One's called Mogworld, and it's basically the AI becomes self-aware.
Oh right, okay.
And it's really good. I'll lend it to you today.
I'll definitely check that out. Yeah, and so that's it really.
Yeah,
that's everything for E3.
That's fine.
I have a bit of movie news. Not much, just because you sing into the theme tune. That I'm
say movie news.
Yeah. I know that Quiet Place 2 is happening. Don't know if you saw Quiet Place.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought it needed a carry-on.
No, it's just sort of, from what they've said, they've not really said much about plot other than it's going to give it a bit of backstory to the creatures.
Oh, it's not. Is it based on the same characters?
Yeah, I think so. It's the same people. Yes.
Yeah, I'm again skeptical.
No, I don't know if it's needed. It was a good film. It was nicely
self-contained
as it was. I was impressed with it, but I'm willing to watch the second one.
Yeah.
There are rumors that, well, it's being put forward that Dave Bautista is supposed to be in the new Suicide Squad, which is obviously Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be playing one character, but everyone's wanting him to play Bane instead. And he said, yeah, okay, sign me up.
Well, I thought Tom Hardy was Bane.
Yeah, but it's that's a Christopher Nolan's...
Oh, sorry, no, different Bane. Never mind.
Bane. Yeah, different Bane.
Is it going to be...
Is this Bane, Batman?
Is it going to be Nacho Libre? Nacho Libre?
Yeah.
Bane? Or... Yeah, is it going to be that Bane, or is it going to be other Bane? Like proper... like
more like Nacho Bane.
Nacho!
Yeah, the best way to do Bane's voice is with a cup.
Go on.
Hello, Batman. Why would you throw that out of a plane?
See, it's really good.
Yeah.
We used to do that all the time on a bar when we were bored. Just talk like Bane.
I'd love Christopher Nolan walking down the street and people are doing that shit constantly. He's like, oh no.
Oh God, send help.
Why did I do this?
And I was reading a bit. There's a YouTube channel I've been following recently called Corridor Crew. I don't know if you've heard of them. And they talk a lot about visual effects in films, and they break down how different stuff was done. It's really interesting. It's well worth a watch.
Okay.
So I've been reading a bit about VFX in films recently, and I got onto an article about Detective Pikachu.
Yes.
And Have you seen it?
Yes.
Yes. You know the visual effects are amazing then, right?
Yeah, I fucking wish they redesigned Gengar. That shit was
that
terrifying.
was the only... Yeah.
Why was that? That and why did Mewtwo have teeth?
Yes. It's this whole Sonic endeavour again, isn't it?
I know. Stop giving these...
Yeah, Mewtwo just shouldn't have had a mouth. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a mouth in the
Stop giving these animals teeth.
Yeah, stop
They
giving them
don't-
teeth.
They don't need teeth.
Yeah, pokey teeth. Yeah. So we know...
I'll poke your teeth.
Yeah, we know how good Pikachu looked. Like, the fur was fucking astounding.
Yes.
It really, really was cool. And one of the things that I liked about the design with the eyes, and I've made a note here, because I heard about how they actually did the eyes to make it relevant to the scene.
Okay.
They did this thing that's called reflection probes, and that's something we use in games where you take a sphere and you map it takes almost like a rendering of the image around it and maps it onto the sphere. And that was what you'd use on a car, say, when you drive into the reflections on the car paint is relevant to what's being affected on this sphere.
Or like Master Chief's helmet.
Yeah. So as opposed to having to do the whole model that is reflecting on every curve, you just have this sphere that floats above it that's invisible that you can't see in game.
Yeah.
Whatever the sphere detects, that's what it sort of pastes onto the reflective parts. And they did that for Pikachu's eyes. They mapped the spheres, inverted it into the eyes, and then reflected it onto it. So whatever was in the actual scene, on set they did 360 photos.
Holy shit.
And then mapped it onto Pikachu's eyes, because they had a lot of neon lights, didn't they, in the scene? It was lit really nicely, and it was all filmed over here. I didn't know that.
I would have thought it'd be like Japan or...
No, it was all over here. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I know. Really weird. I've just realised there was something I actually missed out I wanted to talk about. Doom Eternal. I had that written down, and it looks like it's been deleted from my notes.
Yes, Doom Eternal.
Yeah, I've just been watching a bit of gameplay from it. We'll do this short because we're already nearly at an hour. Fucking hell, the new gameplay looks so good.
Getting launched from a fucking BFG,
I know. Yeah, I know. It looks so cool.
So good.
The new movement that they've got in there with this chain where you can grapple. It's like an under attachment to your shotgun. You can jump and grapple onto enemies and swing round them and stuff.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, it's so
Gatling
cool.
shotgun.
Yeah, I know. You can jump and you can swing on bars now and stuff. They've really taken a big leap into redesigning the movement. Yeah, like the verticality of movement that they've got.
One thing I didn't like, the new trailer, you can see the guy's face inside of the Predator suit. I don't like that.
You don't want to see it now.
I don't want that. I want him to remain no features. I don't even want to think of him as human. I just want to know that you are a fucking Doom Marine.
Yeah,
and that's it.
That's it. That's all
don't want a face.
I've cut my hand somehow.
How have you done?
I don't know.
Was that in basically a padded room, Hazz?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened. Right, let's get into our new place.
Yes.
So this week I've been playing Hollow Knight.
Oh, I love the aesthetic of that game.
Everyone raves about it, and it's a game that I'd never had a chance to play, and it's just popped up on Game Pass this week.
Yeah.
Because of the announcement of the second one.
Yes.
Which was at E3. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to play it. So I started playing it with breakfast this morning. And it's very good.
It is. It's you can get a bit lost if you're not careful.
Yeah.
But
is there no map?
Yeah. You've got to find the map writer or the map man.
Right.
I am the map man.
I'm the map man. Yeah. Okay. Right, well, I'll keep an eye out for the map man then. I found the shop that said we open for all your map needs or something, but
yeah, it wasn't open.
It wasn't open
for all your map needs.
Yeah. Anonymous.
You lied to me. Yeah, no, it's a great game. The aesthetic, very Studio Ghibli-esque.
Yeah.
It's like beautiful.
Yeah. And what have you been playing?
I have been playing, because I put down and then picked back up Red Dead Redemption 2, and I finished it, and I could not wish for more story, because you get so attached to all the characters, and I just love it. And it's on the desk, you can see it there, and I'm so upset it's over. I finished God of War PS4 as well.
Yeah.
Again, wish for more story. That is because my PC's in for repair. I actually get to play my PS4 for a bit. Yeah. But yeah, Red Dead Online though, not really. It's all right. I just don't. If you had people to play with, it'd be better. But again, because I'm always on PC, I don't really have many people I talk to on PS4. So it's one of those.
No fronts. Let's get into weekly recommends as well.
Things that were watched and played to recommend to you.
So you can go first.
I am recommending a magnificent game that was made by one guy called Dungeons of Dreadmore.
One guy.
So I think it's... I should have figured this out before. I think it's Gaslight Games. So it is a semi-top-down dungeon crawler, roguelike, where you go through.
Got a raging semi-top down.
You go through 10 floors, or with the DLC, 15 floors, going through to fight Dreadmore, who's the big bad. You get locked in this dungeon, but altogether with all the DLC, I think it's like £5, £6.
Really? Fucking hell.
I have put in like 200 hours. I've not beaten it once. It is so good. I cannot recommend it enough, and it's always on sale.
Sick. Right, well, there you go. Check that out, guys. My weekly recommend is going to be Moonlighter, which is an unusual little game that's been... I'd seen it spoken about recently. People saying they weren't sure whether it was good or not, but I just thought I'm going to get it, see what it's like. And you play as like a little shopkeeper guy. So it's a top-down game, sort of akin to the old Zelda style, but it feels a bit more like Hyper Light Drifter in movement.
Okay.
Not quite as fast and snappy. Somewhere between the two. There's essentially two different parts of the game. One where you're running this shop and selling items, and you've got to like negotiate your prices and make sure that people don't get annoyed for paying too much for like bundles of gold or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then you have to go into the dungeons and find the things to sell.
So is it called Moonlighter because you're moonlighting as a dungeoneer?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's really
I like
nice.
that.
And the dungeons are procedural every time. So it keeps
Okay.
changing. So every time you do it, it's different.
Everything's got a dungeon crawler aspect
Yeah,
in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's a big... Well, it's a big merit to it, I think. It's a really cool way of doing it. But it's nice that the aesthetic's really great. It's pixel art style. But then all the different art parts are all seem like hand-drawn. Again, kind of Ghibli-esque, that kind of feel.
Yeah.
But then obviously when it zooms in, it goes pixel art. And it's cool so far. It's hard, though. Really hard.
Like, what would you compare it to?
Kind of Hyper Light Drifter
Okay.
in difficulty.
I did like the art style to
Yeah, but because you can't move as fast, it feels a little bit harder.
So you feel like constrained to where you are
Slightly,
in the moment.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's punishing, but it's quite enjoyable so far.
But fair.
Yeah, but it was quite early when I was playing it. I was trying to eat my porridge, and I was like, "Fuck, I can't do this."
Just let me sleep.
Yeah, it's too difficult. It was like 5 a.m. I was like, "I'm not awake enough for this."
No, that's fair play.
Yeah. So that's my recommend, and I think that's everything.
Yeah,
isn't it? That's everything.
Goes quick.
It was, but it's been 53 minutes.
Oh, all right.
There you go. Jordan's still getting used to the time warp that he's podcasting.
Yeah,
It's weird. It's weird.
I've just lost an hour of my night, but it feels like 15 minutes.
Exactly. There you go. Haha, in your face.
Yay.
Yes.
Drinking my tea, taking my time.
Yeah. So we'll see you on the next episode, I guess. I mean, I'll be camping in a rainy tent probably when this episode comes out, because we're recording a few days early. That's why Jono's not on again, because he can't do tonight. We had to get in Jordan quick time fast.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on episode... What will episode next one be? 17? 18.
Just edit in the
Yeah.
episode
18. Well, it'll just be my voice. It'll still just say 18.
Oh, right. You've got a point. I'm still not used to this.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Don't worry.
I'm used to editing YouTube videos.
Yes, I know. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, fucking check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Subscribe, bitches.
Jono's on it, and then
Yes.
I'm on it, and
Yes.
then I continue to be on it.
Continue to be on it. And that's fine. We like it that way. And Dead Space will be out on Friday.
It will, yeah.
Yes.
6 p.m. UK?
I think.
Either
so.
6 or 7, I don't know.
Is it BST?
It says GMT +1, but
So that's
it comes
BST,
out
right?
at 6. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm so... we should know our time zone by now in England, but fucking hell, it's really annoying.
Well, it says GMT +1, which is Belfast and fucking whatever. But
Belfast.
yeah, but then it's like, if you look at it again and go to like +0, that's the wrong area. And it's like, I don't understand.
No, I don't know where I am.
I am in GMT.
Yeah.
I know I'm in GMT.
My dad, he keeps the clock in the car an hour fast, so it's always summertime in the car. I don't know why. And it makes I'm going to be late for stuff because of this.
That is the best thing I have heard in my life. I keep it 1 hour fast, so it's always summertime.
Always summertime.
So he gets in the car and he's like, oh, lovely.
Oh, it's nice.
Absolutely fucking lashing it
I know,
now.
it's horrible today.
Yeah,
I went to the gym before I came over here, and it was that hot. Well, I got that hot in the gym that when I went outside, it was 11 degrees, but I could still see my breath. That's how hot my internal temperature was. I was fucking sweating.
Ever been that warm that you start like steaming?
Yeah.
That is
At download, actually.
yeah. Well, yeah, I guess you work up a sweat there.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, in the crowd. I remember having mud up to my nipples one year. It was the worst.
Hazz, how tall are you?
6'4".
6'4". Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm 5'7".
Yeah, that's
or
all right.
5'8".
Yeah, no, you're 5'8".
Oh, that reassuring
Round
nod.
up. Yeah.
Always round up.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I had Well, yeah, probably your height of mud.
Yeah.
If you were in the crowd, you just look like a dirty baby.
Just stood in front of Hazz, like, where's Jordan? Just open my eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
there
God!
he is.
Like, stuck to my body.
I wondered why it was heavier to walk.
Yes. Right, yeah, so Martin, I hope you're enjoying yourself out in the rain at Download. I hope
Yeah.
you go see Tool, because I'm
You
going to be
too,
missing
Alex.
it. Yes.
Enjoy.
And you. We'll see you on the next episode, guys. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to check us out at Twitter, which is at Grief Burrito, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, fucking everything. And if you want to just message us so I can tell Jordan is a bit of a jeb, you can get us at griefburrito@gmail.com.
I'm pulling a sad face.
Sad face. See you soon, guys. Good night.